President Trump today said that he might reverse course and scale back tariffs set to hit on April 2nd. It's just the latest in the administration's on-again, off-again use of tariffs as foreign policy. Uncertainty over tariffs is especially strong among American farmers, including those in Arizona. And to learn more, we welcome John Bolts. He's president of the Arizona Farm Bureau, up from Yuma. Good to have you here. Thanks for making the trip. We appreciate it.
Great to be here.
The impact. Let's just start from 30,000 feet and go lower here. The impact of these tariffs on Arizona farmers.
Yeah, we can even step back and look at American agriculture. You know, Mexico's our largest trading partner in the United States with agricultural goods. We send about 60 billion to Mexico each year, so it's a big deal for America's farmers. Arizona farmers a little bit different. We do export a lot of products that direction, but we also import a lot into Arizona. So we're directly competing with a lot of Mexican imports.
Mexico, obviously the big country here, and Canada, obviously there's factors there as well, probably not as much as Mexico. What about China?
Canada actually bigger. We export quite a bit to Canada because we're in southern Arizona. We produce a lot of melons, fresh produce like in Yuma, places like that. We're exporting 10 to 15% of our production each year to Canada. So it's a big consumer for us, and those crops need to be moved quickly to market. They can't be stored like some other commodities like corn, grain, those sort of things.
Trade with China?
Yeah, trade with China is a big deal for American agriculture. It's important for Arizona agriculture, but it's a huge deal for American agriculture. That's our third largest market for U.S. agricultural goods.
And you mentioned melons and these sorts of things, specific items that will likely get hit the most if these tariffs go through.
Yeah, a lot of our products that would be exported to Canada or Mexico are obviously the ones going to be impacted, but also consumers tend to pay tariffs. The challenges for us are the first use of the tariffs was try to secure the southern border. That's a big deal for Arizona's farmers and ranchers. Farming right along the border, we need our borders to be turned into places of legal commerce. Where legal commerce happens, that's the business we're in, legal commerce, selling goods and services back and forth across the border. So that's key. So we appreciate the president's efforts to secure the southern border using tariffs, but it's very important for farmers to have some certainty. So over the long haul, use of tariffs and those sort of activities obviously would be best if they were kept to a minimum.
Are you already seeing higher input costs?
Not yet, but we expect some things like some of the potash that's imported from Canada is of an interest to America's farmers. The administration's putting efforts into trying to increase productivity of domestic potash production, which is a possibility. Canada's been kicking our butt at that for a while as far as producing potash and selling it into the agricultural market in Arizona and the rest of the United States. So those are key issues.
Seeds, fertilizer, fuel, equipment, those costs, what are you seeing?
Yeah, not as much with those yet, but the longer trade wars wear on, the more challenging they can be.
What about commodity prices? What are you seeing? What are you expecting if these tariffs go through?
Commodity prices were already challenging, especially for storable commodities like grains and soy. Those didn't seem to be impacted dramatically, but in agriculture, we try not to overreact to these things. There's no such thing as fast food. It takes months and years to seasons, if you will, to produce these crops. So try to be a little bit pragmatic, although this is a bit of an exercise in pragmatism.
I was going to say, trying to be pragmatic when there's so much uncertainty, that's a balancing act and a half.
It is. You have to pay attention to the news, but not overreact.
There you go. The president wants to freeze $1 billion for schools and food banks that buy directly from farmers. What do you make of that, and what kind of ramifications are there?
I think you might be talking about specific funds that were set aside in the Farm Bill to be able to do some of that direct purchasing. I'm sure the farmers that are directly involved with that are actively working on trying to keep those programs going. Not really sure, so I'm not an expert on that. I'd have to pass on that.
Fair enough. Yeah. The EPA administrator, I quote from him, direct quote, "Days of shoveling boatloads of cash to far-left activist groups, including those involved in the farming industry, are over." What response do you have to that?
Well, I think that's discussing a lot of the things that are in the news lately about programs that don't seem to be having a positive impact on Americans, but yet are costing America's tax dollars. I think there's a lot of opportunity with the federal government to tighten up on waste, fraud, and abuse. So, the efforts that the administration makes to do that, I think most folks can understand that. But there may be some things that get caught up in the mix. We've seen the administration a couple of times reverse course and pretty quickly to hire folks back or to change some things that maybe they got wrong the first time. So it's an exercise trying to work through this, right?
You mentioned an exercise a couple of times here. As far as you are concerned, how does all of this change what you do and what Arizona farmers are doing?
Impacts thus far to most farmers, myself included, pretty limited, if anything, but slowdowns in payments, some of the support and insurance payments in a challenging time. I know that Arizona and American farmers have been rather vocal about making sure that there is some certainty about those sort of programs continuing on, the ones that farmers pay into, cost share of crop insurance, those sort of things. President and Secretary Rollins they both made commitments to move back to following through with those quickly and not holding those up. And they've so far been on top of it. So we hope that that continues.
You mentioned being vocal. Have you spoken to state and or federal officials, especially federal, let's go federal here, about this and your concerns?
2 weeks ago, myself and all the other presidents from the various state farm bureaus and the Puerto Rican Farm Bureau president, along with Zippy Duvall, president of American Farm Bureau, we met briefly with Secretary Rollins. We talked about a number of things, particularly trade and getting things on track with maybe a new farm bill this year. Seemed very supportive, and we know the president has been. So rather encouraged by that, and we look forward to working with them.
Before you go, I've heard people say that farmers are bearing the brunt of the trade war that's going on or that will go on and could go on. Does that make sense to you? Does that ring true to you?
It is a real situation. Agricultural goods are grown all over the world and typically are targeted when we get into trade wars. So American agriculture needs the markets opened up to us to be able to trade with foreign partners. Many products we produce more than we can consume here in the U.S., so that's key for us. But lately, fair trade has been a big emphasis for America's farmers. We're at a huge disadvantage. It's expensive to produce products here in the U.S., so 2 to 3 years ago, we became a net food importer for the first time in history, meaning we exported less than we imported. That's a big deal, and Americans should pay attention to that. That's not something that should happen. We should be a place that produces our own food and fiber.
John Bolts, Arizona Farm Bureau, president of the Arizona Farm Bureau. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Good conversation.